Looking at the Connected Consumer report from Webloyalty, we can see that retailers have a lot to contend with now. The power shift from the retailer consumer has happened, and the consumer now controls that experience. And the retailers who succeed will be the ones that address their consumers' needs and put them at the heart of what they build and how they do it. We look at how, why, where and when people are using their connected devices as part of the shopping cycle. So the challenge is you've got a longer process, you've got to engage people, but you've got to deliver a seamless experience across all of the touch points you provide.
The connected consumer tends to connect with retailers via their website principally. This might be to simply find out where their local store is, it might be to send them an email, it might be to call them up, but again via different devices they're able to connect with their retailer.
So the purchase funnel hasn't changed. Consumers still shop in the same way that they did, which is they'll browse, they'll research, they'll buy, they'll receive the goods, they'll take the goods back if need be, but they're doing it in a digital environment where, again, they can do it when they want to. Yeah, they can take research from a whole global collection of people who have bought that product. They can price compare now across not just your store competitors, but across, again, a whole online community. So the world has just become increasingly complex because you as a retailer aren't just competing against your competitors within the 10-mile radius, but with a global audience that people can access through their desktop, laptop, tablet, mobile, when it suits them, how they want.
In order to engage with the connected consumer, retailers should think about things like putting reviews on their website. My background is in the travel space, and I saw TripAdvisor doing this very effectively a number of years ago. And I think it was very empowering for customers to feel they understood a lot more about what they were purchasing.
One of the things we looked at was the distance that the connected consumer would have to take if they were purchasing offline in store. And we got that down to about 7 miles that they used to do whilst walking around from store to store, getting to and from the place, going back because they didn't have the item they wanted and so on. So that 7 miles now equates to a significant saving in time that would have been spent before, but also in petrol and the cost it would have been to put fuel in the car to get them there. So the 7 miles that was spent by the non-connected consumer travelling to and from the stores actually equates to 198 million miles when you look at all the consumers in the UK, which when you break that down into the cost of petrol is £32 million in petrol that have been spent. So not only is a connected consumer doing it on their time and when they choose to, but they're also saving a significant amount of money in terms of getting to and from the store. On average, customers are using about 5 different tools on their purchase journey. So this could be anything from a price comparison site they look at to check the price, a review site where they're understanding what people think about it, the retailer's website. Interestingly, a lot of people are still using traditional catalogues, which are very popular with pure play retailers who want to get something into people's hands and want to drop their brand through the letterbox. So it's interesting to see those traditional channels are still very strong. On the flip side, we found that only around about 4% of people are using social media as part of that purchase cycle. So again, there's a lot of chatter about it in the press, but we're not seeing that come through in the report.